The asbestos issue is not a thing of the past. It continues to this day.
We want to end this man-made disaster.
So let's ban asbestos.
Good afternoon. If there can be a fun speaker of the day, that'll be me. My name is Marilyn Amento. I'm from Ambler, Pennsylvania, which Jim said that he had visited at some point. And also have the great pleasure of Ambler at one time being the asbestos capital of the world. And my father-in-law worked at the asbestos cement pipe plant. So we have some commonalities there. Those pipes that he built are probably now crumbling beneath the city of Houston. I was present at the very first Asbestos Disease Awareness Organization conference in 2005, and you'll see me in the front row with the gray hair and my two lovely children who were 8 and 10 when their father died. Ellen Reinstein is in the photo, Emily Reinstein, some people from Indiana, representatives from Libby, Montana. Les Gramstead is no longer with us, but since that picture was taken, over 100,000 people and counting have died of asbestos diseases in the United States alone. And this is my why. This is Coach Joe, or Coach Dad, whatever you want to call him. Joe died at the age of 53 from environmental exposure in Ambler, Pennsylvania. He often went down to visit his dad at the pipe plant, rode his bike through the factory, asbestos gathering up in the cuffs of his jeans. He also would play on the mounds of scrap asbestos pipe that was, crushed by the bulldozers. And of course there were no signs or fences or saying there was anything wrong with that. And show a kid a pile, and what are they going to do? Now this picture here was taken on our front porch on the opening day of Ambler Junior Baseball season 2001. Please take a note that the streets were soaked and we had quite a rainstorm. But my hubby was so excited to get on that baseball field, and he had Joey and Julie dressed in their uniforms, and neither rain nor snow, nor mud, nor the wrath of Mom was going to stop my husband from getting on that ball field. He loved baseball. He loved kids, especially our own. And damn, was he a keeper. And although our time together was short, 12 and a half years, he filled every moment of it with love, gentleness, kindness, and humor. It was like a fairy tale. However, I would never have met Joe if I hadn't been in the convent and then gotten thrown out. The convent brought me to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was thrown out. I answered a personal ad in the Philadelphia Magazine. Joe had put it in, and I answered it, and then we got married a year later. And I just want you to know I told that story because Doug Larkin wanted me to. So don't curse in front of me because I was a nun. My experience with ADA over the past 10 years, on and off, I've been a volunteer. Some of the work that I did involved compiling the program and including putting together many of the family tributes in the program, and I just loved doing those because I really got to know the people and the families, and it was just great. And I only live up the street in Philadelphia, so Linda would often invite me to come down and for some congressional visits and the office briefings and the conferences. And I had a chance to work with Celeste many years ago, and I met Bill Ravanisi many years ago, and Barry years ago, and the other Barry many years ago. And in fact, Barry Castleman testified at our asbestos trial back in no, I forget what year it is, couldn't have been. It must have been 2004, it's the year after my husband died. And then I met him here at ADAO, and I said, boy, what a small world. So we are a family, a worldwide family. I also spent some time on the Mesothelioma listserv, often called ACOR, that's where I first met Linda online in 2003. So, you know, watch out for Linda, because once she gets you, you're done. Facebook, I do a lot of sharing, and my kids always came to the conferences. In fact, this is the first conference that Julie has missed, and she was always the timekeeper, sat right in the front row, and now poor Anne has that great honor. As I said, from Ambler, Pennsylvania, which is in southeast Pennsylvania. It's right outside of Philadelphia. This is one of the things I did. I spoke in Georgia a couple years ago. I wanted to put Ambler, Pennsylvania on the map, and this is an asbestos textile plant which was abandoned, and it now looks absolutely pristine and beautiful, and it's their offices. I would just like to know how they got all that asbestos out of the basement. We don't have money. ADAO does not have money. We have our stories. And this is what we do. And over the past decade, ADAO and we've had hundreds of personal meetings with U.S. and House and Senate staffers. I was honored to join fellow ADAO volunteers on a few other occasions, and I was very, very impressed with Congressman Steve Cohen, who was a very good friend of Warren Zevon, and who would personally meet with us. And he's up there in that top left, let's see, there it is, there's Steve Cohen there. And this is Alan Patton, whom you met earlier today. This was back in 2004. My hair was gray, it still is, but you just can't see it. Jordan Zevon, of course, handy dandy Doug and Linda. And here we have Barbie, was here, I guess last year, you were up on the Hill. And so, I was very impressed with Mr. Cohen, and also with Harry Reid. I think our very first year, Alan, you were there. Harry Reid was the Senate Majority Leader at the time, and I have 2 minutes, and he agreed to see us personally. Well, I mean, we never talked to the senators personally, but Harry Reid, I was pretty impressive. But we do not give money. We share our stories. That's what we have. We have our stories. We also had many congressional staff briefings. We'd have a boxed lunch. We basically had 40 minutes. Get the staff in, give them a boxed lunch. They eat while we talk, and then they can go back. And it's not taking any time out of their day. They have to eat, and they listen. We had one occasion here where, I don't remember, but Janelle's representatives here, oops, wrong. Janelle's representatives were presented with a shirt. ADAO was also involved in a Swap the Rock, Drop the Rock campaign in California, and it was difficult, but we raised some awareness, as serpentine is the host rock of asbestos and also happens to be the state rock of California. But it's a money thing. A lot of beautiful jewelry can be made from serpentine, so why should we ban it? The next thing, you've seen these posters before, the penny and the chart of where asbestos is in your home. These are some of the things that ADAO has taken on over the years in terms of awareness and, very helpful, but these things are not free. We also did the product testing, which was funded by Paul and Michelle Ziegelbaum, and we found out like the CSI fingerprint kit and some do-it-yourself tapes and things like that are found to have had asbestos. We also supported the Capitol tunnel workers, and ADAO, thanks to Linda, is an international effort. We work with organizations throughout the world, and this is just a small number of them, and I'm proud that many of these people from these countries are here today. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And that was from the late, great Nelson Mandela. So how do we change the world, guys? I have a challenge for 2015. I like to play. Everyone, that means everyone in this room, brings and gives two. Brings two people, gives $2, gives $2,000, gives $2 million, what, $20, whatever you can afford. ADAO, we're a volunteer organization, and we need money to go on. Thank you. Yeah, I was watching.